Blessings to you. My name is Gabrielle, and welcome to my channel where I talk about transformation and mindset shifts. I want to welcome each and every one of you, and I pray that you are uplifted and elevated to your next level. And I wanted to come on here really briefly and share something that was very helpful to me, and that's standing up for yourself. That is standing up and being assertive in expressing your needs. And I found this to be very, very helpful to me. And I want to start off with sharing this Bible verse, and it's in Proverbs 17:27 and 28. And it says, "He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding." And when you think about when it says he that have knowledge, is he that has discernment, perception, skill, and wisdom. And it says, "A man who have knowledge spareth his words." And that's to hold back, keep in check, refrain, and reserve. And I wanted to start off with that because that has been very encouraging to me with standing up for ourselves. And sometimes we think standing up for ourselves is maybe being aggressive and saying what you won't do when you won't do it. But really, when you think about that, he that have knowledge spare his words. You, there's a strength in knowing you can say something and you choose not to say it. There is a strength in holding your peace, choosing not to disrupt your peace by engaging in a fight somebody else wanted to start. There's a peace that comes with that because you're able to discern what is operating in it. You're able to discern if someone is wanting to pick a fight. You're able to discern between the two, discern between good and evil. What what is the reason for this? What is the reason for this conversation? And that takes you listening. And again, I know that I say this a lot, being slow to speak and quick to listen. When you take time and you observe, you can begin to realize, "Mm, I don't want to engage in this. No, this is not what I want to do." But you have to be able to take a look and observe. You have to discern, what is the reasoning for this? And that is so important when I begin to reflect on a man, when I begin to reflect on that verse in Proverbs 17, "He that have knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit." And I begin to think about that because not every not every fight you have to entertain or engage with. Not every conversation you have to fight. Not every conversation you have to um, engage with if you know that it's not for a solution. If you know that it's to get you riled up, to get you um, to get you out of that peaceful state so that you prove a point, so that it goes in this circle with no resolution. And that takes you being able to discern what it's about, being able to discern that situation, and choosing to know what conversations to entertain and what conversations you want to be a part of, and even saying no. And that comes to other things as well, because I've been in situations where, I was trying to make it better for everybody. And sometimes when you do that, especially as, moms, we're and women in general are nurturers. So we look at the best interest of our loved ones, our children, our friends, or what have you. But you have to look and see what you need. What do you need? And oftentimes, you know, if somebody comes last minute and say, "Oh, I need to do this, I need to do that," you have to know when to say no. If it's going to cause you to shift your whole, turn your whole schedule around, cancel things, do all of this and that because someone has came an hour before, 2 hours before, and they want to do something, you have to know how to say no. If you genuinely do not want to do it, because if you say yes and at the end of the night, you're complaining, you're upset, you didn't get stuff done, you're meditating on it. Every time you think about it, you get mad. You wake up the next morning, you still mad. Why did I say yes? I could have. That's, to me, that's even worse than just saying no. Because if you would have said no, you might have felt like, ooh, but later on, you're like, yeah, I needed this rest. I needed a rest. I needed to take time for myself. I needed to get that thing done that I said I was going to get done early in the week. Or you could say, no, not today, but let's reschedule for this day. Or no, I'm not able to have this conversation right now. Can you call me back in 2 hours? Let your no be no and stand firm on it. And something else that's been very helpful is expressing your needs, being able to confidently express what you need. And I know sometimes, you know, when you're used to doing it all and you feel like, oh, I need to do this for this person, or I don't want to bother them with just saying da 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 da. No, express your needs. And when you express your needs, don't say, well, I know you didn't want to da 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 or all of that. Start with I need or I would like, because you're putting that focus on you, not the other person, not the company, not the organization. You're saying what you need. And when you confidently express your needs, people tend to respect that more than you allowing them to just throw stuff at you. Because if you allow somebody to throw stuff at you continuously, they're going to continue to do it. And another thing that is very helpful is to know when to take control over of a conversation or situation. If you do not like the direction the conversation is going, if it's going way off topic with what you originally wanted to discuss, know how to say, I don't like the direction this conversation is going. Or let's redirect this in a better direction. Let's redirect this conversation this way. Because now you're saying, okay, this isn't going anywhere. Let's redirect this conversation. Let's go in a better direction with this conversation. And to hear the other person, because sometimes when we are communicating with others or we're communicating in a group, we tend to just want to um just fight back whatever they're saying, especially if what they're saying it may not be true, or they don't quite understand, or things like that. Hear the other person without interruptions, and acknowledge that you hear them. I hear you, because ultimately people want to be heard. People want to know that you understand where they're coming from. People want you to know that you understand their needs as well. So you can say, I get you, I hear you. And that's been very helpful too, because, like I said, people want to know that they are able to express themselves and that you hear them just as you want to be heard when you express your needs. The other person, the group of people, the organization, whoever it is, they also want to be heard and want to be heard without any interruptions. And the last tip that I want to share with you is don't feed on negative words. And I've been there before where someone was just saying all, um, name calling and all these things. And, sometimes you feel that you need to fight those words back, but don't feed on negative words. When you're in a conversation with someone and they are communicating to with you, but then they're communicating in a way that may be disrespectful or they are attempting to insult you or whatever it is, don't don't take those words. I want you to imagine those words falling to the ground to die. When somebody is speaking negative words against you, when somebody is name calling you, when somebody is saying things that um are meant to provoke you, let those words fall to the ground to die. I want you to imagine those words just falling to the ground. Don't pick them up, don't feed on them, don't give them energy, let them fall to the ground. And if in that conversation something, maybe you something that was said, you felt a rise in your body, I want you to take note of that. I want you to write it out and get before God and ask God to reveal that thing to you, because maybe that is something that needs to be uprooted. Maybe that is something that needs to be healed. Maybe that is something that you've been holding on to and it's been dormant and now it's been poked and now you're remembering that pain. That's something that you still need to release out of your soul. And so get before God and write that out and and release it to God and allow him to heal that wound. Allow him to come in and heal it. Be open to that process of healing. Be open to really uprooting that. Because oftentimes when someone says something and you feel a rise in your body, that's something that needs to still be surrendered. That's something that needs to be surrendered to God. And then I want you to remind yourself of God's love for you, his promises to you, what he thinks of you, his thoughts towards you. I want you to remind yourself of who God is in your life. I want you to renew your mind by meditating on the word of God. So I hope that this has blessed you. You can find out more on my website at womenwhocultivate.com. Be blessed.